Welcome back to another season of Power in Your Voice. In this season, we would like to focus more on praying for all of our listeners. The past seasons have been words of encouragement, words of affirmation, and words that challenged us in every season of our life. This season, we want to continue to water the seeds that have been planted. I hope that as you prepare to listen to today's podcast, that you will take a moment and take a deep breath, relax, and hear the voice of the Lord.
I'm so excited about this podcast because I have my children on here. I'm just missing one, and that's Darren. But I have the opportunity to have Aunt Dog on with us and have his oldest sister Renise and the Miller girl Ebony. And so we're going to be chit-chatting tonight about what's happening in our world and what we need to do to try to prepare ourselves for all of the things to come. So with that being said, I'm going to open it up with the topic, something like one wish. If you just had one wish, and with all of the things that are happening in the world, we are very successful at this time. God has been really, really good to us. And sometimes you bounce, you go forward, and then you get pushed back. If you had one wish in that pushback, Renice, what would you say about that in that one wish? What would you say about that?
One wish. Oh, that's a good question. That's something to ponder on. But I think I will probably say not to be so fearful.
Okay.
You tell me all the time, girl, stop being so scary. And I think I will make that my one wish is because I miss out on a lot of opportunities because of fear. I was just talking to my brother Anthony about this job opportunity that I have. And he was like, well, what's holding you back? And I said, I like where I'm at. And he asked me, he said, well, he asked me about the advancement that I was going to get. And he was like, and I was telling him about it. And I was so stuck on what I have already instead of pushing forward to the things that God has in store for me. And his words were, you're going to go get that job. So I would probably say fear. If I had one wish, I would get rid of fear because it's the thing that tries to control me. And it's the thing that keeps me from getting everything that God has for me.
Wow, that is a powerful thing because so many people, can you imagine how many people hold on to things that they are comfortable with and they are afraid to move forward because, they don't really believe that they can do it, or they believe they can do it, or they're just comfortable, don't want to go forward. Come on, Ebony, talk to me about this one wish. If you had one wish.
That's a good one, y'all. I'm like my sister on this. You got to think about that one. But I do like what she said about fear, because I know that would be on my list as well. So if I had one wish, now I'm acting like a kid. It would just to be, I guess I would say, to be able to socialize a little bit more. Because I'm one of those ones that's just shy. To an extent, it doesn't seem like it because you put me in a small group. I'm good. I'm available. But you put me in a big group, it's almost like putting me in a corner. I don't want to say nothing. I don't have nothing to say. They looking at you and you like, don't call my name. So again, it goes with fear. But I would just wish to be able to easily, I should say, socialize versus having that fear and having to get over your nerves and things like that, so that when you go to interviews, it'd be easy. But it's not always the easiest for me. So that would be my one wish.
Wow, that's good, Ebony. You know, I have my son Anthony on, and we was talking about fear. That's something that he never allowed us to do to him. He was one of those uh children that we had, whether it was a job, career, whatever it was, we would be like, stay right there, Anthony, stay right there. He'd be like, no, no, there's so much more. Anthony, talk to me about this one wish.
Yeah, I love what y'all saying. I do. And y'all can overcome that easily. It's really ain't much to it for real. Uh for real, God, he worked in all of us different, you know. And
Yep.
if I had one wish though, I ain't gonna tell no story. I would wish for a good sum of money just cause I'll be able to take care of my family. Business wise, I'll be able to do what I think I should be doing. Um, and help. What my dream is to help juvenile youth. So I would be able to open up a juvenile center and provide what I need to. Y'all excuse my kids. I'm sorry. Uh, and that's what I would wish for, just for those purposes. And I do like nice things. You know, who don't like nice things? But um,
Hey,
but I would ask the Lord to bless me with something, something like that, just so I can live the life that I feel like He wants me to live. But which is helping juvenile youth, and like I said, I do like nice things also. So that's what I would ask for. But as far as fear, there ain't nothing to be scared of. Sometimes God wants you to be a little scared. That's how you grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't walk into a job acting like you know everything. Nah, let them teach you.
yeah,
Let them learn. It ain't nothing wrong with being scared. Cause soon as you get in there, 2 days, 3 days later, you're not gonna be scared no more. You know what I'm saying?
uh,
Like, you're gonna meet the people you need to meet. You're gonna find out what you need to do, and you're gonna start making your way. Just that's life. As humans, we adapt. We all are gonna adapt to whatever situation we in, good, bad, or ugly. You're gonna adapt. That's why drug addicts are drug addicts. They adapt to their situation. You know what I'm saying? Alcoholics are alcoholics. They start adapting to their situation. They need help, and they need God to bring them out of these situations because they have adapted. Just like that, you'll adapt to your job. And social, I think you always been great at being social, to be honest. I kind of learned from you, for real. You was always close with somebody, and y'all was hanging tight. You know what I'm saying? But I do understand what y'all saying. But that's really what I would ask for, though, is a good sum of income so I could do what I feel that I need to do.
and when you start talking about making a wish, you know, there are different types of wishes that people wish for, just like you said, Anthony. Nice sum of money. Some people wish for a good job. Some people wish for children or a child. And it can go on and on and on. But when you start thinking about it, I just had one wish. My wish would probably be, I just would be like, to continue to gather my family together. I'm a family person. I'm all about um, let's go here and let's vacate. Now, when we go on vacation, we all live different lives. And sometimes when you live different lives, people don't like to go with you because they feel like you're going to stop them from what they are doing, or they are respectful of you or whatever. But when you wish for your family to be together, that's a great wish. Um i i don't necessarily um need a whole lot of money. I just need money to do what I needed to do when I need it. That's just me. If I need um $100,000. I need that $100,000, and I really do know without a shadow of a doubt I'm gonna have that $100,000 because I really believe that. I believe that you get what you wish for. I really do. Um, you know, we are a family. We used to call ourselves the Adam family. We say what we want to say, we do what we want to do. We're the Adam family, which means that we never let anybody put any captivity on us. We were always open. We always knew. I tried to instill in you all. You don't have to bow down to anybody. You don't have to follow anybody. You are your own leader. So when it comes to, you know, like that wish thing, that is a uh big thing. Some people wish that they could meet their parents. You know, they wish they could meet some sisters and brothers that they may not know about. But it's all about connecting what you want. What do you really want? And if you did have the money, would I be wise enough to do what I need to do with it? You know, money is good, but if you, I just watched this American show last night. This man became a millionaire. I mean, now his whole life has changed. His whole life has changed. But do he have what he needs to hold on to be a millionaire? So many times people blow it because they have no idea of what they're going to do with their money. So when we come to a wish, some people just wish to be loved. Some people just wish to be married. So when we look and we think about a wish, we have these birthday parties, right? They put candles in the birthday party, in the cake. And then they say, before you blow the candle out, make a wish. Another thing we used to do, we used to have these wishbones, okay, that came out of a chicken. And you would, before you break that wishbone, you would make a wish. And you really did want that wish to come true. So, Anthony, outside of the whole amount of money, what are some of the things you wish for that you see that you have today?
I had to figure that out, how to get off the mute. I'm new to Zoom a little bit, but can you repeat that, Mom, real quick?
I said, what are some of the things that you wish for when you was coming up that you see that you have today?
For real, a lot. I wish for a good relationship with the woman. I'm gonna tell you the young things that young people think about for real. They want good relationship. They want a boyfriend. They want a girlfriend. You get what I'm saying? These things are on
Yeah.
Disney. You watching this on Disney Channel. You watching this on ABC, Family Matters, all kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you seeing these things, and you thinking in your head as you watching TV. Oh, I want a girlfriend. I want a boyfriend. It's little things like that, and you want good relationships. So they go out and get these things, but sometimes how we are raised, and I'm not sure of the scripture, but there's a scripture that talks about a person being Israelite needs to be with an Israelite, like
Yep.
a Hebrew needs to be with a Hebrew.
Yep.
Some people
Yep.
don't. In this day in the world, it's hard to match what you need to be with. You get what I'm saying? To grow, to keep
Yep.
yourself growing, and I think that's a big part of relationship that I did want, but I didn't understand that the relationship you get in, me wanting that, I've just, oh, she's beautiful. I want her. Maybe that's not good for you. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And that's a piece of what I wanted growing up. I wanted a girlfriend. I wanted her to be beautiful. I wanted her with all these things. And I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? I was wrong. And I went down the wrong direction. And it took a long time for me to find the person that I was really supposed to be with and that I'm actually happy with, that I match with well. And I thank the Lord for helping me find that. But that's what I did want at the time when I was younger, you know.
Gotcha. So you got what you wish for in that young lady. I like it because, like you said, that is what our youth want. They want a relationship. I used to say why young girls and some young boys they act the way that they act. They're looking for love. They want someone special in their lives. And when you were saying, Anthony, since you're my son, and so I got to really hear you. You used to be like, Mom, she got to be this size, and she got to be this, and she got to be that. And I used to be like, oh, son, you're going to find out one day that that ain't it. And I'm so glad that you ran right into just what we had said. Yes, everybody should deserve to get what they want, somebody beautiful or whatever, but that's not always in it. When my daughters was dating, you know, Wes and Peter, a lot of people just didn't think that they had what it took. But I'm so glad that I was not looking at that. I was looking at, man, these young men is gonna take care of my daughters. And that's what I was wishing for. My granddaughter, they coming up relationship. I'm like, y'all, just you don't want to go out there just picking somebody because you're trying to fill a void or you're trying to uh, wish for these things. And so I just wanted to always make sure that I was always leading in the right direction. Ebony, what you got to say about that?
First of all, y'all, I just want y'all to know my brother know a little bit of the Bible.
He was taught.
Yes, he was taught. It's in him. The Bible said it. Train up a child in the way that they should go, and they will never depart. It don't matter what they do. I just had to throw that in there, y'all. But I did really did agree what he said, because I know that was something for me as well, was relationship. It wasn't so much of things. Yes, we wanted things growing up, but you got that real easily once you started working, even high school jobs. You got that. But it was the relationship piece. And I think my brother, honestly, Anthony, put that in best terms. You look for one thing, but God is saying, no, I'm going to give you what you want. However, it's going to look different. So it's just like, people that want diamonds, Tiffany's, they want that blue box. But Zales has the same thing. Walmart has the same thing. So it's not saying anything less of a person. It's just stating for you and your purpose, this is what you needed. Because down the road, somebody else needed what God would not allow us to get because they needed that. So I think Anthony really said that perfectly. So I hope the young listeners are listening. It's going to look different. It may not walk like you want it to walk. It may not stand like you want it to stand. Anybody that knows my husband, when I saw him standing, I said, oh, Lord, you made a mistake. His feet going both ways, that ain't it. However, God's saying, you looking at this, but I have so much more for you. There's greater if you just allow me. I was listening to a preacher the other day, and he was talking about how Leah was God's purpose. That was his will. But Rachel was Jacob's will, and I said, but Jacob looking at Leah with her eye like, God, I think you messed up. Like, I can't figure out if she looking at me or if she looking past me or what, but we just have to know it doesn't matter what it looks like. If it's God ordained, that's really where you need to be. So that's what I'll add to that.
Awesome. Renice, come on, hit me with it. We're getting ready to go to get out. Come on, hit me with this witch.
I like everything that has been said, especially, when you're talking about young people, when the most powerful thing is the way we think and the way we see things. So if I can see it, then I have a possibility of getting it. It's a possibility that I can lay a hold of what I see. And so you're talking about a wish and how the young people see things. And the I, my I think the way I see it a little bit, and you can correct me if I'm there, if y'all see it different, but I think times shifted. So we had I mean, be careful how to say this. We had parents involved in our lives and not careers. So we had parents to speak into our lives and help us to become who we're supposed to be. So they help to shape us and mold us. And I thank God for our parents, our mom and dad, because when we would get off track, they would come and steer us back in the right direction. And as y'all hear my brother on the line tonight, he did not necessarily always go in their direction. He didn't have the fear of being in a box. The girls, we had a reverence and a fear, and our parents laid a stronger hold on us and to really lead us and guide us. Not that they did not do that for my brothers, but my brothers, they were guys, and there was a little bit more lenient for them. There was a little bit more leniency for them. And so when we would do things, we had more guidance to say, no, you're not going to do that, or you're not going to be that. And so I think the shifting was how we did things as parents, from the parents that we had been given, and then from the parents that we see today. We have more parents that's driven by careers and the things that we see in this world, and not necessarily, I think for us, we're driven by family, and not everybody is driven by family. So you see many people do many different things. And so to bring all of this in, what I'm trying to say is, I think a lot of it has to do with our upbringing. And I think a lot of it has to do with what we see now, because we were not, as Anthony said earlier, you see all this stuff on Disney, you see this stuff on cartoons that we did not see when we were growing up. So the eye has seen many different things and desired many different things and went after many different things that we necessarily did not have the opportunity to see or to lay a hold of. And so we wish different. And now it's trying to get them to understand what God has in store for them. And I liked how Anthony said, and I'm getting ready to turn it back over to Dr. Linda. You had an idea of what you wanted, and there was nothing wrong with what you wanted. But the problem was if it didn't line up according to the will of God for your life. And oftentimes we have a desire for the things that we see, and not necessarily a desire for the will of God for our lives. And that's kind of like how I see it.
Well, this has been a great night. I am so happy and so blessed to have my children on with us. You know, in 3 John verses 1 and 2, even Jesus had a wish. Jesus said it like this. He said, "Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prospers." Even Jesus had a wish for us. And he see that as we take hold of his word, as we take hold of his promises, as we take hold of his wisdom, his understanding, because God does have a plan for all of our lives. And as Ebony has alluded to, it may not look like what you want it to be, but trust the God that we serve. And know this, he is able to do exceedingly above anything that we can ask or think. Your partner, your mate, your friend may not look like that they are there, but you keep on wishing and you keep holding on. God will see you through. We are living in a great expected end, you all, and God will do the same for you. Y'all have a blessed night, and thank you for your ears. Peace out. God bless you. I'll talk to you next week.